Grabbing you game 3 between ROOTqxc and Taurent. This will be on Lost Temple. This is from the Root Invitationals number 1. And game 1, QXC took it with his Banshee harassment and Banshee play. Even though Taurent did have good micro. But anyways, it is now 1-1 as Taurent took it game 2 with the 4-gate timing push. And QXC spawning on the right position and Taurent on the left position. So once again, cross positions. Very nice. However, securing your expansions, not bad, I guess. I wonder if we'll see another Banshee play. And apparently this says 6 hours, 50 minutes, and 35 seconds. So if this turns into a base trade or a draw, I'll be very disappointed, and I probably will only cut this out to where the base trade comes off and then just tell you in the description what the match came out to be, or I'll add a little piece to it at the end. So 6 hours and 50 minutes. That seems kind of long. Unless this is a very long macro game, then I will be greatly surprised. However, if you're Taurent and you lift off because you're losing and you don't want to lose in a tournament, we should just lose. That's my opinion. I think a lot of others will share that with me. And pretty standard opening yet again. Still can't believe it says 6 hours and 50 minutes. Jesus. But anyways, back to what I'm saying about Taurent lifting off. I don't see what you're going to do if it's a base trade. People say don't base trade with Taurent because they can do that. But why would you do that if you're Taurent? That's what I'd like to know. It just seems kind of BM. It's like saying, hey, look at me, I didn't kill you, and now we're exchanging our bases. But if you're another person, you only have like a pylon and a crap load of cannons, and they only have like one, you know, like a bunker or something, I don't know. Barracks lifted off in a corner. Kind of a stalemate. And yeah. That scouting probe did die. I had him selected and I saw him just die. So no, I don't think he saw the add-on. So if you look at QXC, sees all of this and he does not see the add-on. So he can probably assume that it's either an add-on coming or maybe a fast expansion or another Banshee play. Cloak Banshee rush. I'm curious to see if Taurent will open up with maybe a fast robotics bay for the observer. If he doesn't, I mean, he probably hasn't learned his lesson then that QXC likes his Banshee harass. Getting that starport out yet again. There's the tech lab going down with the factory. And the first time I see of this turning into a lift off, flying to a corner QQ kind of game, I will probably just end the game. Or skip it all the way to like the end and see what they do. Because whoever sits in the game for 6 hours and 50 minutes, almost jumped ahead but I didn't have it loaded. Whoever stays in the game for 6 hours and 50 minutes in a tournament, I'm still bewildered about that. QXC is throwing up that bunker in case there's another 4-gate coming. Gateway, robotics. So he is getting in fast robotics, thank God. QXC flying his factory over. Oh, a siege tank. I can already call that it's going to be a siege tank. So we'll probably see a siege tank on the high ground where QXC wants to throw up his expansion. And then Banshee harass at the same time. And also, if you did not know that siege tanks gain +1 range when there's an air unit overhead, So they normally have, I think, 8 or 9 range, and with a flying unit, I think they gain 1+1, so they're at 9 or 10 range. Seeing Banshees with Cloak again, so pretty much the same thing in the past 2 games. Worked out for him the first game, did not work out for him the second game. Here comes the Observer. Gonna cross paths here. No, turning back. Yeah, he decides he's gonna turn back. See the Tech Lab queued up here. QXC throwing down his expansion as well, and should maybe use his Observer to see over the high ground here. Two gate robo to expansion, so not a bad build. Pretty not standard. I wouldn't say standard. Everything's pretty standard if it's used. We see a stim on the way with another Banshee. So 3 Banshees on the field, I think. Unit tab. We do have 2 Banshees with the 3rd on the way, so we'll have 3 Banshees on the field. Securing his expansion, transferring his SCVs. And Taurent learning his lesson the first time. Siege tank out and siege mode on the way, so like I said, he will be sieging this up to kill off this expansion. This Observer can spot the high ground. Just waiting on the siege mode to finish. Probably siege it up here, make a second siege tank and leapfrog it. But with this many stalkers here, oh, this is neat play. Loading it up with 4 stalkers. Come on, get close to it. Very nice play. Using 1 Banshee and 1 Stalker loss for Taurent. Very good control, as he did have the robotics bay out very soon, so he was able to get out the Fort Prism, which only costs 100 minerals as a 4-person dropship, and it acts as a power supply, as you can tell by QXC, and you can see the little blue underneath it. QXC sticking with mass Banshee play. Not really mass, there's only 3 on the field if you look back at the production tab. QXC doing the exact same thing he did in game 1, getting out the 2 engineering base, probably getting Ghost Academy with 2 more barracks, and getting the Raven. I'm hella tired, I shouldn't have stayed up all night, but gotta cast when you gotta cast. And geez, this is pretty much game 1 all over again. Losing this factory, so he will not have the siege tanks out. 6 Marines on the way, so saving up all his gas for his Banshees and Ravens. And if you look, Taurent looking to secure his high yield expansion, which is his 3rd. On Lost Temple, it's really easy to secure this, as it is the closest 3rd to your base. If you Zerg, when I'm Zerg, I like to expand here, or here is my 3rd. And if you look, that's forming a little happy face. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, there is a happy face there for a second. Getting out Phoenix and a Colossi, so getting both tech structures. But I feel that Taurent will be able to hold very nicely this game. And there's the free drop, I guess. If you saw game 1 when Taurent offered the free dropship, which was pretty funny in my opinion. But he does have this Colossi which should be able to hold off 4 Marauders. And point defense drone, which very effective against Stalkers, Phoenix. But there are 2 Phoenix which can blow through PDDs very fast. PDD equals point defense drone. We have 2 Colossi out, having the ground force here with more reinforcements, and I think all his units will be rallied here. So how Phoenix cleaning this up very nicely. Not much damage being done actually. I think QXC is at a loss at this point, losing the dropship, losing all the Marauders, losing some probes, but I don't think all his probes were lost, and picking up the Marauders. So nice handling. Looks like Taurent switching up his normal build, I guess. I've never seen Taurent play. I don't know his points on ladder. I can assume he's very, very good, as he's playing ROOTqxc in an invitational tournament. If we look at the units tab, 69 SCVs on 2 base, so a lot of saturation. Taurent bringing down the SCV count for him. We do see a command center on the way. Should be breaking these destructible rocks, securing his own 3rd. And it looks like we're gearing up for a long macro game, so this may not be a 6-hour stalemate, but it may be a 4-hour stalemate or a 5-hour stalemate. Oh, there's his 3rd. He's securing his 3rd relatively close to the Protos's base, keeping his main army here at the gold till he can secure maybe a couple cannons. So double expanding actually is for QXC. Probably gonna break the destructible rocks here. And this is very common for Taurent to do. They get up another factory, they set up like a mini wall, cut the map in half, take all the bottom expansions, and pretty standard. As well as this, so this is also pretty standard. Phoenix, Colossi, Stalker, and Immortals to counter the +1 as well. So +1 and +1/+1 for Taurent. Still sticking with the reactored starport. Transferring off all his SCVs, or most of his SCVs, to the gold, making this through a planetary. Very wise decision. Taurent expanding as well, as QXC already having throwing out yet another command center, so he is going for a very big macro heavy game. Already at 166 supply, but a lot of those are actually 66, 68, 69 to 74, so Taurent actually ahead in army value as well, but more of those are probes. I do have a text message on my phone, which almost never happens. I'm very surprised. If you look at production tab, in case I missed anything, air weapons level 1, more Colossi coming out. Do they have the thermal lens?